I think this quote by William Shakespeare, I think it holds an importance, right? To a lot of William Shakespeare. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. Something that a lot of us need to really think about, because you know what? We on one side or the other. Right? For the fool thinks that he is wise, but the wise knows himself to be a fool. Knows himself to be foolish, right? See, that's the thing. Sometimes we're a fool, right? We think that we know everything. We think that we got it all figured out. We think that we got it all under control, right? We had the scenario in our head. We're like, we good, we Gucci. Nothing's going to stop us from what we're doing. Nothing's going to derail us. None of that type of stuff, right? And we fool ourselves, right? The fool fooling themselves, right? And we continue to do that. We continue to do that because we think we're wise. But we're so foolish in our own ways that we think we know what's best for our life. We think we know what's best for others. We think that what we're doing is the right choice. We think that what we're doing is something that just makes sense, right? We think that. And that's totally understandable. A lot of us are in that same boat. A lot of us are like, you know what? Yeah, things are going to happen, right? But think about it like this. A lot of us are going to go through life and we're going to think everything is good. We're going to fool ourselves into thinking that we know best when we know not, right? And then it says, for the wise knows themselves to be foolish, right? See, there's a certain thing that comes with wisdom, that you know not to make a fool of yourself, right? You know how to navigate everything. You know how to take certain things in. You know how to give certain things out. You know how to evaluate the situation, evaluate everything that's going on around you, right? To a certain point where you do not make a fool of yourself, right? Because the foolish will make a fool of themselves thinking that they're wise. But the wise are not going to put themselves in a situation, put themselves in a mindset that they're going to make a fool of themselves. Because the wise are thinking better than that, right? They're thinking ahead of that. They're thinking ahead of the game. So that's the one thing that we got to kind of really just like think about a little bit more. What side have you been on? What side are you on right now? What side do you think that you're falling more on, right? On the scale, like foolish, wise, right? What side, what decisions are you making that's leading towards the side of wisdom or leading to the side of foolishness, right? Because I probably did that backwards from the analogy with my hands a second ago, but that's totally fine. Don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to what I'm saying. But yeah, like, I'd rather be wise and know myself to be foolish than to be foolish thinking I'm wise, right? Because I've met so many people that have been foolish thinking that they're wise. It happens so many times. You know, you see it every single day. There's people in your life, there's people probably in your family, in your clique, whatever, in your peers, that's going to be foolish thinking that they're wise. But then also on the other end, you're going to have some people that are wise, knowing themselves to be foolish, and they are not going to make those mistakes. They're going to be the ones that are going to keep everybody grounded. Those are the ones you surround yourself with. The foolish ones, I'm not saying cut them out, but it depends on the degree of the foolishness that they are putting themselves and maybe even putting yourself in with them. So some food for thought of what you guys should think about when it comes to being wise or foolish. So this quote by Maya Angelou: when you learn, teach, and when you get. Maya Angelou: when you learn, teach, when you get, give. When you learn, teach. And when you get, give. Give. See, to me, this is very important. This is just like a life lesson that a lot of us, this is a skill, a mindset that we need to be in, that we need to acquire, right? When you learn something, there's opportunity for you to teach. When you learn something, there's an opportunity for you to teach somebody else what you just learned, right? It helps you kind of remember it. It kind of helps you put it into practice a little bit, but it also helps the next person learn as well. And then when you get, you give, right? It's better to give than to receive. But when you receive, you should give. See, that's the generous heart, right? Because when you learn something, you're going to be eager about it. You're going to teach other people about it. And then hopefully that's kind of like a spiral effect where they're like, you know what? Man, I just learned something. Let me go teach somebody now, right? That's going to be the thing. That's the thing that we all need to think about. Think about it like that, right? You get something, you want to give something in return, right? It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not a song. You're not trying to hit a higher note. You're not trying to get up on this pedestal. You're not trying to get an accolade out of any of this. You are simply here to receive the gifts of God, to receive these blessings, to receive this knowledge, to receive these different skills, these different life lessons. And it's time that you start to give it back to those around you. You start to teach them. You start to give back. You start to have a generous heart. It's not about me. No, it's about giving to those around you. Why? Because the way you love those around you, right? God calls us to love one another, right? But a lot of times, we're gonna think that we know what's best. We're gonna think that we know what's going on, all these different things. But we simply don't. We're gonna continue along this path of just being selfish, but we can't. So take what you learn and teach those around you. Take what you get and give to those around you. Food for thought, that's something that we all need to acquire, a mindset that we need to wrap our minds around, a concept that we need to wrap our minds around. So this quote is by Michael Jordan, right? I can accept failing. Everybody fails, but I cannot accept not. Michael Jordan, I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying. This kind of goes back to what I said yesterday or in the other video, right? Like we are in this mindset, where, we don't try, we give up, we quit. And Michael Jordan talked about that in the other quote where he said, don't make quitting a habit. Don't make giving up a habit, right? He's like, I can accept failure. I can accept that I fail. Everybody fails, but I cannot accept that I did not try. See, that's a mindset. How are you going to be proud of yourself? How are you going to be, proud of yourself if you didn't try? At least if you try and you fail, what you learn from it, you do better the next time. But if you never try and you continue to fail, then what are you doing, right? What are you doing? Because at that point, you don't know what's going on because you just simply just give up. You simply just whatever. See, that's why we need to get in the mindset of not quitting, but we need to start trying more, start taking risks. We need to get up out of our comfort zone, go and do these things that we thought we could never do, right? So when we do that, we could be proud of ourselves. We could be like, I achieved something. I may have failed over and over, but eventually I'm going to succeed. Eventually that success is going to come knocking at that door, and you are going to open it, and you are going to reap in those benefits and that blessing, right? So think about it like that. try and continue to try and never ever give up. So this quote is by Anonymous. Envy is a waste of time because you already have all you need. Anonymous. Envy is a waste of time. You already have all you need. Envy is a waste of time. You already have all you need. See, nowadays we're playing this cat and mouse type game, right? This game where everyone's so jealous, so envious. Everybody's got to be you. You got to be like the next model. You got to be like the next IG model. You got to be like the next dude that's all fit and everything. His swag's on point, right? You know, that's the thing. We live in a world where our mindset is, I need to be them. I need to be just like them. Right? Where's the mindset at where I could just be me? Let me enjoy being me. I don't need to be them. Right? We're in this day and age where it's like, man, I gotta be the next model, I gotta be the next business, I gotta be whatever it is. It's this cat and mouse game. We all are fighting for it. Right? We're running this rat race to be the next them. To be the next them. What about being the only you? Right? Enjoy being the only you, being who God created you to be. You do not need to be like the other model. You do not need to be like the other dude. You need to be you and be the best version of you. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be scrolling up on Instagram looking and be like, dang, I need to look like her. Dang, I need to look like him. I need to have a house like that. I need to have money like him. I need to take a pic like that. I need to get the followers like them. You don't need that. You don't need that. We shouldn't be running this race of envy. We don't need to be like them. Be you, bro. Be you, sis. Be you. Come on. This is what God's created us to be. To be unique, to be us, to be creative, to be you. That's the life that we need to be living. Just be proud of who you are. Right? Because in a way, you could be walking anywhere. You could go to a store. You could be like, dang, I really wish I looked like that. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I had a little bit more muscle up on my chest. I wish I had a little bit bigger arms, whatever it is. Oh, I wish I had lips like her. I wish I had a body like that. Whatever it is, you don't need to be that. Be you. Come on, be you, be creative, be unique, be you. No, none of this envious game, bro. Envy is so ugly. Envy is an ugly trait. If you have the trait of envy, you can just toss that away, throw it as far as the east is from the west, like God does with our sins. And I promise you, your life will be more meaningful. I promise you that. We're going to end this one off with this quote by Carol Burnett. Only I can change my life. Carol Burnett. Only I can change my life. No one can do it for me. Only I can change my life. No one can do it for me. No one can do it for me. Think about that. Sometimes you think you could try to go and change somebody else's life. You cannot. You do not have the power, the privilege, whatever it is, to change their life. That person is the only one that could do it. No one else could do it for you. You want to change your life? No one could do it for you. You want to try to change someone else? You cannot do it. They have to change on their own. Right? Because you know what? Like, they got to take initiative. They got to take the bull by the horn, bring it down. They got to change their life. They got to make those drastic decisions, those impactful moments, right? They got to do that. Not us, not you. Whoever it is, you could be the only one that could change your own life. No one else could do it for you. You can't go be changing other people's life. You could definitely help steer them in the right direction, but you can't change their life. You do not have the power to change their life. Only they do. That's why we got free will, baby, to go and to be able to make these decisions. Do we want to ruin our life? Do we want to make it better? Do we want to ruin ourselves or better ourselves? Right? Only we can do that. Now, I promise you this. I promise you this. You take that initiative, you change your life. I promise you, you're going to be so proud of yourself. You're going to look back to where you were, look where you are now, look where you are in the future, and you're going to be like, man, look how far I came because I took the next and necessary step to do it, y'all, to do it. And here we are, right? Here we are trying to navigate all these different lanes, right? Trying to figure it out. But know what? It's okay. It is okay. Nobody is exempt from it. Nobody is this. Nobody is that. Only you can do it yourself. Change your life. You got to take the next and necessary steps to do it. And I promise you, you won't regret it. I promise you that. Hopefully this podcast motivated you in some type of way, because you know what? Y'all deserve it. See, the thing is, it's all about mindset, right? You got to take that initiative. You got to do it. Nobody else can do it for you. Only you. And know what? Without further ado, I'm going to have to bid y'all adieu. If you ain't subscribed to the YouTube channel, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to it. And if you ain't listening to the podcast, you better listen to that too. And until next time, salute.